Good day, learners. Welcome to the Geography class, Grade 4. My name is Menir Gubai. I will be teaching you social sciences. We are in the second week of the term, which is term 1. I like to start my lessons with a daily affirmation. Repeat this after me. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am brilliant. Repeat this after me again. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am brilliant. Now you have spoken positively to yourself. This week we are going to look at the topic of people and places. Our focus is going to be on places to live, where we are going to look at the farm, the village, town, and city. Let us look at the objectives of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand the characteristics of different human settlement. Number 2, identify and locate examples of each settlement type on a map. You will be provided with a map where you will determine whether the map shows a farm, village, town, or a city. You will be able to develop critical thinking skills by comparing and contrasting different settlements. Now, what is a settlement? If you said a settlement is a place where people live, you are correct. Remember, people live in different places. The places where people live is called a settlement. Let's explore the different settlements where people live and their characteristics. The first settlement that we are going to look at is the farm. What are the characteristics of a farm? What are the things that we can see that can help us to know whether a settlement is a farm? A farm is located in the rural settlement. Farms are usually found far away from busy cities. There are few buildings on a farm. On a farm, there are only a few buildings like a house for the farmer, barns for the animals, and shed for storing tools. Agricultural land. Farms have large fields where crops like corn and wheat are grown, and pastures where animals like cows and sheep can graze. There is an open space on a farm. Farms have a lot of open space which is used for growing plants, which is used for raising animals. This space is often surrounded by nature. You can see from the background that there is nature surrounding the farm. Farmers are self-sufficient. Farms often try to produce their own food and resources like growing vegetables, and raising chickens for eggs. So if they need vegetables, they will get them from the farm. If they need eggs, they will get them from the farm. If they want to eat chicken meat, they will get the meat from the farm. Hence, they are self-sufficient. The next settlement that we are going to look at is the village. Now, what are the characteristics of a village? A village is small in size. Villages are small places where not many people live. Villages are located in the rural location. Villages are usually found away from big cities, just like the farm. Hence, the village and the farm are regarded as the rural settlement. Few buildings in a village. There are only a few buildings in a village, like houses, a school, and maybe a few shops. In a village, the community is very close. People in villages often know each other well and help each other out. You may find that the person who stays here knows the person who stays here, and the person who stays here knows the person who stays there, and the person who stays here knows the person who stays here. So that is how the community is in the villages. The village, like the farm, is surrounded by nature. Villages are often surrounded by nature like fields, forests, and rivers. The next settlement that we are going to explore is a town. Towns are larger in size, therefore, they are bigger than villages but smaller than cities. There are more shops and services in a town. So towns have more shops, they have more schools and services like hospitals and libraries compared to villages. The reason why there is more shops and services in town is because there are a lot of people who are living in town compared to those who are living in villages. There are busy streets in towns, so towns have busier streets with more cars and people. That is why we have more services and more shops. There are community events in a town. So, towns often have community events like fairs and markets where people can gather and have fun. There is also public transportation. So, towns usually have buses or trains that help people travel to different places. So, when you live in town, it is very easy to access transport to wherever you want to go. The last type of settlement that we are going to look at is a city. It is beautiful, right? Now, cities are large in size. A city is a big place where many people live. So, the services that we find in a city may also be more than the services that we find in a town, in a farm, and also in a village. There are many shops and services. Cities have lots of shops, they have lots of schools, they have a lot of good hospitals and other services. In cities, we find industries. Cities have factories and businesses where people work to make things. There are a lot of entertainment in the city. So, cities have places for fun like cinemas, parks, and sports facilities. The cities are busy and are very crowded. Cities are usually very busy with lots of people, with lots of cars and tall buildings. Now that you have learned about characteristics of different settlements, let us do this activity together. Look at the map and tell me whether the map is a farm or a city. What is the answer? If your answer is town, then you are correct. Let us move on to an activity that you will do on your own. Pause the video and do this activity, then play it again to see if you got your answers correct. Now, let's do the corrections. The answer for question number 1 is a farm is a place where people grow crops and raise animals. Two characteristics of a village. Villages are small places where not many people live. Villages are usually found away from big cities. Towns have more shops, schools, and services like hospitals and libraries compared to villages. A farm. Question number 5. Towns have more shops and services because they are larger and have more people living in them. Number 6. In a village, people often know each other well and help each other out. Let us look at the advantages of living in a city. Cities have many shops, schools, hospitals, and other services. There are more entertainment options like cinemas, parks, and sports facilities. Let us look at the disadvantages of living in a city. Cities can be crowded and noisy. There is often more pollution in cities compared to rural areas. Now let's look at the advantages of living on a farm. Farms have a lot of open space and are surrounded by nature. People on farms often try to produce their own food and resources. The advantages of living on a farm is that farms are usually far away from busy cities, so there are few shops and services. There may be fewer opportunities for social activities and entertainment. Now, please take your answers to your teacher so that he or she can help you determine whether you have written the correct answers or not. We have come to the end of our lesson. Let's meet together next week. In our next lesson, we will be looking at the jobs that people do in different settlements and buildings in different settlements. Goodbye.